This video is about, as you can see, fly boxes. And over the years, I've tried so many different types of fly boxes, and some of them I've lived with quite happily, others have broken, have dropped. I've not been happy with the way they functioned, and one or two I've been very keen to keep. And because I've reached that sort of certain age in life where you get very reflective, I'm actually getting quite fond of things that in my 20s I wouldn't have put up with for 5 minutes. So I had an old Hardy fly box. I'll show you the article. I had this over 30 years ago, and it was loaded up with small trout flies, and I haven't used it for years because, unfortunately, filling an old meth stove, the methylated spirits spilled out without me realising onto my tackle, and burnt a load of my fishing tackle. Also damaged the contents of the flies in the box. So I put it away, and then a month or two back I thought, I really like that box, so I'll start using it again. So I filled it with some of my check nymphs and other good small river patterns. And then, thinking about that box, I thought, why don't I treat myself to one of the other old collectible Hardy Norida fly boxes? And I've got this article. I also videoed unpacking it, and I've cleaned it up a bit since unpacking it. I'll show you me getting it through the post and so on. I ordered this fly box through eBay, and I'm going to unpack it with you. I've just torn out my address, so I don't particularly want any unsolicited mail. So this is a Hardy collectible fly box, made of Bakelite for dry fly. Now the price I paid, I won't tell you the price, but I got it at a good price from eBay for the condition of the box. Obviously it's not absolutely mint, because they fetch an enormous premium if you can get them in that condition, because you're dealing with something that's probably been manufactured sometime in the late 1930s. Nice little note from the chap, and it's in what they call the oxblood, which is really dark. It's quite nice coloration. Get it open. Ah, it's actually a little bit better than I thought. Anyway, you'll see it later on when I've fully repaired the box. So these things slide up, or let's see. Okay. Yeah. It's come with an assortment of dapping flies. Quite interesting. Let's see whether I can get those in focus for you. It's interesting to get a fly box like this that would have been owned by somebody with a good deal of money, because very expensive in the 1930s and 40s, and they probably fished some of the best places in the UK or Europe. So next time you'll see this, well, I'll show it again when I've cleaned it up. So now I've got some of my most popular river patterns that I like to use. Transfer them to the box. And the thing with the Bakelite is although it's a type of early plastic, it doesn't feel like plastic, it feels more like wood. It has that lovely antique feel where you want to just keep sort of rubbing the damn thing and stroking it. So I'm looking forward to using that in conjunction with the other box. But there's always a price to pay for whatever you change, because that box doesn't hold as many flies as my everyday fly box that I've been using for years. I did another video on how to make this fly box. I use come into focus, come on, there we are. I used lycra for the elastic, and the good thing about lycra is it's got a long shelf life. So with this compartment box, which is either like a parts box or a pill box, very cheap, I've just velcroed two of them together. And the great thing with my designer box is you can turn upside down and your flies don't drop out. It's also good in the wind that you're pretty unlucky to lose a fly because of the wind. So in that double-sided box I can get more flies in that than I can in one of these large boxes. I'll just give you an indication of the weight. So that's nearly 67 grams loaded with flies. Whereas this lovely Chinese box is 364 grams. Looks rather nice there, doesn't it? But surprisingly, the capacity of this box is no better than my lightweight box. I've got a load of my Highland Zulus and Bibios and so on, plus one or two rainbow bits and pieces. This is another box that got particularly popular, the CF design box. It was sort of like a weekly system of using the little compartments. Quite pricey for what it is, and there's a good copy that comes from Scotland, or the website comes from Scotland, and it's a fraction of the price. The only trouble is that these compartments tend to spring up open on their own, but other than that, the mouldings almost look as if they've been copied exactly. But again, this is quite a weighty box. 246 grams. I'm just mentioning the weight in case you're going to go on a backpacking trip and you're going to travel light, you know, all the bits and pieces you need to take it with you for camping. Every little bit of weight counts. That's the standard screw box, nail box or something, just using for various tubes and lures. Looks like some kind of LSD nightmare, doesn't it? Anyway, please tick the like and subscribe, and all the fishing stuff will start in March when I can get onto the river and do a bit of dry flying, nymphing and so on. And at the end of this video there's a link there to a couple of videos of me actually fishing and catching some fish, so if you haven't seen them, give them a watch. Anyway, thanks for viewing. Bye for now. Bye.